Hey everybody, it's Mr. Cannon back again with the next video, next screencast in our senior project screencast series. This time we're talking about the good old commitment poster. So what is the commitment poster? Well, let's talk about what it's for. It's really an advertisement for your senior project. You've seen these in the school all of the years that you've been at Bedford High School across the hall from the counseling office. They're little mini posters that represent everything that you're doing in your senior project, not just to sort of advertise for people to come to your presentation, but also to put on display all the really cool things that seniors around the building are doing. So, what does that mean? Well, it is a list of aspects of your project that you can inform the public of to advertise what it is that you are doing. The list of requirements is actually quite lengthy, so pay attention. Also, it's worth noting before I talk about any of these that if you want to make sure you've hit all of the requirements for the commitment poster, the very best place to check is the commitment poster rubric. Like literally print one of those suckers off and check off everything on it when you put it on your commitment poster. Okay, so these are the requirements of the Google Drawing commitment poster. It has to have a title that connects to your EQ. It has to have two graphics, two images that relates to your EQ or your AOK, a sort of a small description of your AOK. You should list your essential question and your sub-EQs. It should include your picture, maybe your senior picture, who knows, the name of your outside expert, your senior project mentor's name, and finally your name, but we only want your first name and last initial for privacy reasons. Okay, so just first name, last initial. When you are making the Google drawing, and Mr. Shields done a great bunch of videos in this, YouTube playlist about how to make a Google drawing and how to do it well. There's a few requirements for that. Number one, it needs to be made to 8.5 inches by 11 inches, and it should be portrait style. We don't want landscape. We want portrait style posters. 8.5 by 11 is the size of a typical piece of paper, and you can change that in the page settings. You also want to make sure that the privacy settings are changed to anyone with a link can view. Inevitably, everything you do for senior project will get linked to your portfolio of work. And so if anyone tries to see it, who's looking at your portfolio of work, they won't be able to see your commitment poster unless you change that privacy setting to anyone with a link can view. When you are done with your Google Drawing commitment poster, there are two steps that you need to do. One of them is this last step here on the bottom. Upload it to the Q3 folder on your senior project folder in Google Drive so that it's there for your mentor to see. But you're also going to need to print out a copy and give it to your senior project mentor, who will then get it to us on the committee, and we'll see that it gets posted in the hallway. It's really important for you to understand that color posters, they look better. They just look better. So while we understand that not everyone has the capacity to print and color from home, and there are no easily accessible color printers for students here at BHS, if you need to print it in black and white, that is fine, but just know that the Google drawing itself, i.e. the digital file, should be in color. And if you can print it in color, please print it in color, okay? In fact, the rubric says colorful and creative, so that's a pretty good indicator that the picture should be in color. All right, pretty straightforward. Do a good job on these. I always love seeing the really creative and interesting commitment posters, and I do think that they have an impact on the people who come and see your presentation. So if you still have questions, as always, start with your senior project mentor to help brainstorm some ideas and bounce some ideas off them. The study hall room 348, is always available all blocks of the day for senior project help. And of course, you can always ask the committee or myself, John Cannon, signing off on the commitment poster screencast.